Hey friends, it's Mandy with Mandy and Mom, and it is bedtime. Happy Beltane, happy May 1st. I hope you had a great time. I hope you were safe and healthy and took care of you, for me, for us, for the world. I was one of the girlies having a migraine today. So whatever you want to say, that's the planets, the Schumann resonance frequency. I don't know, girl. I'm just a crystal reader. I don't know. I had to take a full flight of meds and I woke up at bedtime and realized tomorrow's the KC Psychic Convention, so what am I going to do? So, get ready with me to do a show all by myself. So my mom will not be in town for this show. It's a one day. I think you can understand why she wouldn't be driving like 4 hours to come help me do the show or come do the show with me. So I'll be there before 9 a.m. and the show time, like the day ends at 7. So that's all day-ish. And I woke up at bedtime and I was like, I need food. I need to eat. Especially if I'm doing an all-day show by myself. And there's this beautiful dovetail of thrift life, but also anybody with any kind of medical diet or health needs or restrictions. I don't know. Grab your Aldi bags, because we're going to talk about it. So, I'm making cake batter dip for tomorrow. I have grapes and strawberries to go in it. Will I put a protein with that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's collagen powder in here. So this is literally just one thing of cream cheese, one thing of whipped topping, one thing of whatever cake mix you want, and then I put a scoop of collagen. Mine is not the vegan kind. Don't tell Mom. Mine's not the vegan kind right now because it was like 3 times as expensive. But I put some collagen in there. You can put a scoop of protein powder in there, whatever kind you want. Vanilla does well with most cake batter flavors. And you stir it, and I added a little bit of oat milk because the powders kind of throw the consistency off. It's done when there's no clumps, and then you put whatever fruit you want in it. So that's going to go in a snackle box. I'll probably show you everything packed at the end. That's going to go in a snackle box and be one snack. I like to do pair up snacks, so I like to do a protein and a produce. And for shows, the requirement is stuff that I can like take a bite and move on. Like take a bite, like this, half of this would probably be a bite at a show, and then be available to do readings, because I find that people are so nice that they're like, oh no, you're on break, eat your food, I'll come back later. And I'm like, I'm never on break. I'm here when you're here. I'm ready to do a reading when you're ready to get a reading. So that's that. I really want to take a bite, but I don't want to pause the camera, so. If you like cookie dough, if you like brownie batter, if you like raw stuff, hello 90s babies, how's it going? Hello Pica fam, how's it going? But that you're not supposed to eat, but you want something that you can eat that's safe to eat, no raw eggs in there. As long as you keep it cold, she's good to go. So that's one of my snacks. And I'm going to show you the rest. Hang on one second. Okay, so next is Greek pasta salad. Obviously, you can do a gluten-free version, especially if you're doing it the night before, so your noodles are less likely to fall completely apart. They didn't have the regular cheapy rotini. They had special rotini or special shapes this week at my Aldi, so unfortunately Farfalle and I are going to continue our love-hate relationship. She's so cute! She's a little bow tie, but that middle piece is really hard to get done. So, it's really easy. I'm basically just throwing ingredients together. I gotta cut my olives, I gotta cut my artichoke hearts, and then I'm gonna cut up I just got the Greek olive salad that's already in a thing, because it's just for me, and it's not for a whole bunch of people. So I'm not going to get a whole jar of Kalamata olives and a whole thing of feta and la 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 la. And there's all this wonderful oil and spices already in there. And we already have a little bit of Greek dressing in the freezer. Who freezes Greek dressing? Anyways, so all that's going to go together and become my Greek pasta salad for tomorrow, because I can just take a couple bites. I put it with spinach. Yeah, the olives and the artichokes are in there, and that's a little bit of veggies, but I really like that fresh crunch with some chopped spinach on the side. So if you were less chaos magic than me, you could probably have already done the pasta salad a day or two ahead of time, maybe a day ahead of time. And then chop if you want the spinach chopped, I like that texture, you would do that the night before or the morning of. For me, the morning of isn't an option, because again, doing it all on my own. Getting things that are all cold, ready to eat, and bite-sized eatable, you hum, and then you can do whatever you want. So those are the restrictions and the challenges. So far we've got fruit and cake batter dip, and we've got Greek pasta salad. I hear my water boiling for my beverages, so we'll go over there and talk about drinks. Also, if you want to know, I'm using my sugar canister to hold the camera stand for height, so there's literally nothing fancy going on in here. Nothing. No fancy. All real people stuff. This is the hair that I woke up with from sleeping off a migraine, and I went, oh, I got a show tomorrow. I got shit to do. Okay, so right now we're budgeting carefully, because some weirdness, the timeline, didn't get paid for something I was supposed to get paid for on time, and so that means for me that I don't have my fancy flavored waters that I usually do, and I will not be at bedtime. Aldi is closed, because Aldi has some pretty good boundaries about their bedtimes. They don't be staying up late. So I'm making tea tonight ahead of time to have in my cups, and it'll just be cold and ready to drink. So this one is, I got some raw spirit tea and some decaf green tea. Thank you, Mom, for, creating a chemical dependency in our family line for decaf green tea is what it feels like. So this is just, see how dark it is at the bottom? It's just going to sit here and become. It's just going to sit there and become, just like you. Sitting with it is not doing it. Sitting with it is part of becoming it. So I'm going to have two flavors. So that's my spirit tea, is a raw tea that you can look up. It's got chamomile and spearmint and rose and lavender, and it's wonderful. My bestie introduced me to that. It's really, really good for your voice. So if you're teaching or talking, or you're a salesperson, you're talking all day for your job, spirit tea is really good. Throat coat is also really good. I'm not taking one of those with me because my throat doesn't hurt right now. Knock on everything. Tazo Wild Sweet Orange. Both of these are just getting honey in the bottom. It's the best honey I can find and afford at the time. Is it local honey? Sometimes. Is it local honey this time? Not this time. That's fine. So those are going to be in the fridge. Once they're going to steep the whole time I'm cooking. They're going to set in the fridge overnight. I can't find my spoon. There it is. Stirring in the honey while the water's hot to make sure it gets evenly dispersed through the tea is a really important thing. If you've never done that before, please let me be the person that tells you, stir the honey in right now. So those are going to be my drinks that are like my fun drinks besides just my water. I will have a gallon of my water with me because I'm me. Orange is technically not on the IC diet, interstitial cystitis. But for me, it doesn't hurt me that bad, and because I don't have necessarily a huge amount of other risk foods for me, I'm in remission for IC, and it's well managed with medication. So you do what you need to do for your medical diet. You mind your beeswax, and I'll mind mine. And there'll be plenty of herbal tea for me to drink and feel like I have something else to drink that's not water, but that is also not having me pay money, stupid amount of money at a vending machine for a soda that I'm probably not supposed to even have. So we could do a whole other thing about dirty sodas because my mom has become a soda wizard. Ask her about that. So those are the drinks. I'm going to do a couple more things and whip a couple more things up and put a couple more things together, and then we'll pack my lunchbox together. Part 2. Okay, so we've got pasta. Farfalle. Of course, I made the whole thing because they're running the gas and the electric anyway in the kitchen. So I just put half of it away, and it'll just be in the fridge for whatever else. We're at the crazy part. You ready for the crazy part? Okay, here's the other half of the farfalle. Small colander. Stick with me. It gets crazier. There's going to be a big sieve, and we're going to use the stuff in there as part of the sauce, right? I'm not just going to throw it all in. Why? Because I can't chomp on peppercorn. I would die. Okay, so now I realize I could just do it with just the sieve, but this is going to get pulled out and put in the sink. And then the peppercorns the evil will stay in here. And in case anything else falls out or whatever, because the peppercorns would go through the other thingy. So I'm going to give that a minute to drain. Just do its thing. Just doing its thing there. And then then I'm going to take these and chop them up, but while I'm waiting for that little bit of sauce and whatever, I chopped up regular black olives, and I like the plain. My mom likes the marinated artichoke hearts, but I just feel like for a pasta salad, not for me. Not necessarily for me. So this is the only doing it part, like chopping and everything. Now, can you go to a different, fancier grocery, fake-ass, fancy-pants grocery store, and just get, like, a Greek orzo pasta salad? You could. I can't, because I can't have the red onion. And I also cannot have the vinegar that is in the sauce that they use. So prefab food, convenience food is really tricky for people, for the friends in your life who have invisible disabilities and health stuff. And for me personally, with it having more than one thing that can go wrong, like, it could give me a migraine, it could give me an IC flare, it could give me an IBS flare. It's just easier for me to make all of my food ahead of time and know that not just like a sensory safe food, which is totally valid too, but just literally knowing that the food that I have picked out to eat is safe. It's not causing me to have a migraine. And also, if I'm in public somewhere and I'm doing a show, I need to know for sure if I'm starting a migraine, it's because it's environmental. It's not, oh, I ate something. Is it something that I ate? Is it the cologne that I just smelled? You know, whatever. Like, I need to have clarity about what's going on with my body, and I can't do that if I do any risk foods or drinks out in the world. So you can do this. It takes time, just like, you know, it takes having a little bit of time. It is now 10:45, and I'm about to, like, wrap this up. So let's pretend that this has cost me a whole 90 minutes of food prep, which is a drop in the bucket compared to going to the ER because I tried to eat something from somewhere that I don't know, or I try to guess, and then the thing that comes isn't edible, and then I'm really hungry, and it's a bad day, and then that causes a migraine, and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm really saving myself, you know, pain and struggle, potential harm in the future. So if you're somebody who can just eat convenience food, this might not be for you. And or also if you're someone who is a little more conscientious, I feel better about buying grocery from Aldi and making food at home myself than potentially getting entangled in places that mess with human rights and workers' rights. So ethically, medically, whatever the reason is, this is the way I go. I make stuff at home ahead of time. I have done this at scale. I've done this for an entire week-long conference before and prepped a cooler full of Aldi food and drinks to literally take with me states away, because A, it was going to be inaffordable money-wise for me to go just buy whatever, whenever, and not know what was safe, and B, it was going to be inaffordable time-wise, because if you go to a hotel or somewhere that caters, it's a really good chance that they don't like have the jar to be like, oh, okay, yeah, there's no vinegar in here. We checked the artichokes. Like, every single thing in something, I need to know the ingredients. I need to be able to read it myself to make sure that I know that it's not going to hurt me. And that just doesn't work in like a conference setting or a retreat setting or whatever most of the time. So that's why I do what I do. I defy you to bring it in cheaper than buying it at Aldi and making it yourself. Whichever way around we go. You could do the math and fight me in the comments if you want to. I'll be back soon with a final look at what I'm packing for tomorrow. Okay, breakfast is a vegan gluten-free power bar with a banana. AM snack is fruit with our collagen cake batter dip. Lunch is vegetarian Greek pasta salad with my chopped spinach. Yum, 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 yum. I love that. Afternoon snack is going to be apples and some Grandpa Fran peanut butter, which is peanut butter, honey, and cinnamon stirred up. I couldn't find, the small containers were too small, and I was like, you know what, next size up, because I'll use it for the next apple. Yes, it's too much for that, whatever. Also, Sweet Treats, another protein bar that hits a lot more like candy from Aldi, and then the Aldi fruit snacks to help me not eat as much of the free candy that they hand out for readers. And my thing of spirit tea and wild sweet orange tea that will be cold tomorrow to go with my water. I have to travel with my own waters, whether that's like taking a gallon or going to the dollar store and finding the 9.5 waters. I don't have dinner packed. We get done at 7 and start breaking down. So even if I help, I'll probably be out of there by 8. And either I will have tip money to buy dinner on my way home, or I'll come home and have my thing of broccoli cheddar soup and toast. So that's my take on effortless, all by myself, can't depend on my mama to bring me food that I can have for all my medical stuff at a show by myself tomorrow. It's going to be a big day. There's also going to be some Burmese tea mix with breakfast as my like 1 caffeine for the day. And hopefully lots of water drinking between readings. So I have no idea if this was helpful. If you want more, get ready with me as a chronically ill, dynamically disabled crystal and soul card reader. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, you are the magic.